Ballerinas are very skinny, they have to look like sticks. Ballet dancers have super ugly and disgusting feet. Ballerinas are thought to be dumb. Ballet is not a sport and it is so easy. People do not realize that ballet dancers are athletes. Ballet dancers are fake or elitist. Being a ballet dancer does not mean being skinny. It means being the strongest, healthiest version of your beautiful self. Hey everyone, it's your girl Rianna back with another video. Today I'm going to be reading your assumptions that you guys left for me on my YouTube community page and on my Instagram. I've screenshotted every single one and I'm going to be reading them out loud and talking about them, debunking if they're myths or not. This is gonna be a really fun video for me. I've skimmed over some of them. Some of them are really funny, some of them are more on the serious side, so we will be covering topics from all over. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into this video. Okay, so the first assumption is ballet dancers and dancers in general are perfectionists. Yes, so the beauty of ballet is that we're constantly striving to be perfect and have the perfect technique, but we all know that's not possible, but just the challenge of trying to obtain that is what makes it really fun. In my opinion, there's always a right and a wrong in ballet. There's really no in between. This is why we train hours and hours weekly just to perfect our technique and try to get it to as close as perfection as possible. Every single day we're trying to improve something, if it's our turnout, our extensions, our placement. Even once you've mastered a specific step, there is always another step to work on or something else to work on. You're never going to be there 100% and you're going to be constantly striving to be perfect. And a perfect performance doesn't exist. I remember Catherine Morgan once said that if you've had a perfect performance, then you should just quit ballet, like you're done. You might have a really good performance, but there's always something to improve on, even like on the littlest details. Even all the principal dancers and soloists that we look up to, they always have something to work on, even though they're professionals, and that's the beauty of ballet. So the next assumption is that you have to have a lot of self-discipline. This is very much true. When you're in pre-professional school, your teachers constantly push you and give you corrections, and I'm so lucky as a trainee that I still get to have that experience. But once you're in the professional realm, you don't really get the same push and the same amount of corrections that you get as a student, unless you're in your own private rehearsal, of course. But like in a company class, nobody is pushing you, nobody's telling you what to do, nobody's correcting you really. You might get general corrections for the whole class, but you yourself have to know what you have to improve on. Most of us as trainees have moved away from home, including me. Ohio is 600 miles away from home and I live alone. So I have to have the self-discipline to eat healthy, take care of myself, make it on time to class every day, have the motivation to even go to class. Ballet really makes you mature a lot because a lot of times you have to move away from home to pursue your dreams. So most ballet dancers grow up really fast because we have to take care of ourselves. Even when you're a student, you have to balance dance and your academics. So my schedule, I went to school for 6 hours and then I went to dance and then I had to come home and do my homework and I had to stay up in the evening and study for my test the next day. So you have to have a lot of self-discipline as a ballet dancer. Ballerinas are hard workers. Very true. People really underestimate the amount of work that it takes to be a ballet dancer. The positions that we put our body into, it is not natural for a human at all. That's why it is so difficult. And yes, when you're a ballet dancer, you constantly push yourself and you want to improve and be the best dancer that you can be. This is why we dedicate 6 hours a day, 6 days a week to this art form. We constantly want to improve and be the best dancer that we can be. It's a sport that you have to go all in or nothing with in order to succeed. Yes. In the professional ballet world, there are so few spots and companies that thousands of dancers each year are fighting to get. That is what I'm experiencing right now and all of my friends are experiencing right now. We are all trying to fight for that one spot to get our company contracts and actually get paid to do what we love. If you truly do not love this art form and don't have the passion for it, you will not survive. Ballet is so hard. You have to have so much discipline, mental discipline. As a dancer, I know that there will always be someone better than me, but you have to make sure that you are that one person that that company wants to hire. So you have to go full out. You can't just half-ass it. Ballet is girly, it's only for girls, and there are no male ballet dancers that are straight. False. Very, very false. There is this notion that ballet is girly and you just get to jump around in these fluffy tutus and you just get to fly and be free. No. I have only worn 3 tutus that were pink, which was Sugar Plum, Temperaments, and Sleeping Beauty, and in Capelia when I was acting as the doll. But other than that, all of the roles I've done, I've been a monster in Firebird. A literal monster. I was wearing this green leotard that was painted all over with these matching green tights, and then I had like this monster makeup all over my face. There ain't nothing girly about being a monster. There is absolutely nothing girly about ballet. Ballet is not only for one gender, it's for everyone. A lot of people see ballet as a feminine activity, and that is not the case at all. Male ballet dancers are some of the strongest people I know. They can lift whole human beings above their head. In the Romeo and Juliet death pas de deux, the girl has to be limp the entire pas de deux, and the guy has to dead press her above his head. Male ballet dancers are some of the strongest people I know. Without the men in ballet, the women would not be able to do what we can do. Although women are strong, we do not have the same physical strength as a male ballet dancer. Trust me, my friends and I have tried partnering each other and it has not gone too well. Insert clip right here. And they make us look good on stage, which is what their job is. Their job is to make the women look good and to present their partner. So I respect men in ballet so much. And then this notion that there are no male ballet dancers that are straight, that is not true at all. There are straight male ballet dancers. Ballet does not make you gay. Sexuality has nothing to do with ballet. Ballet does not make you gay. I would say the ratio is around 50-50. There are 50% male ballet dancers that are gay, bisexual, pan, and then there are 50% that are straight. There are straight ballet dancers. Ballerinas are very skinny. They have to be twigs and they have to look like sticks. No. Instead of using the word skinny, I would say fit, because when you're dancing 6 hours a day, 6 days a week, how could you not get fit? There is this notion that ballet dancers have to be stick thin and you have to see all your bones, no muscle, no fat at all. That is absolutely not true. Maybe like 100 years ago, but times have changed. Dancers come in all shapes and sizes. There is this Instagram post that Sarah Mearns posted about her body, and she said being a ballet dancer does not mean being skinny. It means being the strongest, healthiest version of your beautiful self. And that is something I resonate with so much. Yeah, being a ballet dancer is really more about being fit, because if you were skinny and you had no muscle or anything, you would not be able to get through a 4-hour ballet. It's really not ideal to have a twig-like body type. So yeah, I myself used to struggle with this because I grew up looking up to like Svetlana Zakharova, and you know, she is super stick thin and lean and long, but I am obviously not any of that. I am short and muscular, and I used to think that I didn't have the ideal dancer's body, but really it is more about being fit, being healthy, and being strong. All ballet dancers are built the same. Hell no! Like I said earlier, dancers come in all different shapes and sizes. There are some who are really long and lanky, and there are others who are really short and stout like me, but really there is no ideal ballet body type. Again, it is about being the healthiest, strongest version of yourself. You can be a ballet dancer no matter what body type you have. Again, it is all about being fit and being an athlete, not about being a twig or having the longest legs or the prettiest hyperextension and the most gorgeous feet. No, it is about being an artist. They are very petite. For most companies, I would say they would look for a dancer who is like average height. So around 5'5" is like the ideal height, I think. I am kind of below that range. I am exactly 5 feet and I'm applying for companies right now. Sometimes they have a minimum height limit. I remember for one of my companies, I like just reached the height limit because the minimum was 5 feet. So yeah, I would say companies mostly look for dancers who are average height. It is hard for very tall ballet dancers to find jobs as well. That's why Lines exists, and they are a company full of very, very tall dancers, and they're absolutely gorgeous. But again, ballet dancers are all different. We all have different bodies, different heights. This is a very heavy topic, but there is an assumption that a lot of people suffer with eating disorders in ballet. Because of this skinny culture in ballet, a lot of dancers, including myself, have suffered with body image. A lot of us have developed this toxic notion where we think we have to be stick thin, we have to be able to see all of our bones, like no boobs, no butt. There is this study that I found that ballet dancers are 3 times more likely to suffer with an eating disorder, and that is so sad. I personally have not suffered with an eating disorder or have met anyone who has suffered with an eating disorder, unless they are hiding it, of course, and that is so scary to think about. So yeah, guys, with that being said, we really need to stop this toxic like notion that we have to be super skinny. We need to think about being healthy. We need to be the generation that stops this toxic notion that we need to be skinny and we need to be stick thin and be like twigs. No, it is more about being healthy and being fit and being strong, and it is not about being a twig. We need to bring more light to this topic because this is not okay anymore. I was already having body image issues at 12 years old, and you shouldn't be doing that at 12 years old. Like, that is not healthy. It just pisses me off so much because this toxic notion makes us ballet dancers think like we're never gonna be good enough, like we don't have the perfect body for ballet, or like we can't pursue ballet as a career because of our body. Ballet is for everyone, no matter what body type you are, and we need to be the generation to stop this. Please, if you are suffering from an eating disorder, please get help. I know it is a mental illness. You simply just can't tell someone with an ED to just eat. I know it is a mental illness. Please get help because I care about you and I want you to get better. That one really got me emotional. But this next one is from my friend Vince, and he said that ballet dancers love to eat. Yes, when you're dancing for 30 hours a week, you have to fuel your body. It is impossible to starve yourself when you're doing 6 hours of intense exercise with a 4-hour show in the evening. That is just not possible. I absolutely love my carbs. I love my pasta. I love my chicken. I eat chocolate every single day. Not a lot of chocolate because, you know, balance, but I do treat myself every day. And you guys saw in my what I eat in a week video as a ballet dancer, every Saturday I buy myself Chick-fil-A or some sort of fast food to treat myself because, again, it is about being healthy, and being healthy means having balance. Ballet is not a sport, and it is so easy. Hell no! Oh my gosh, this one really triggers me because this is something I've been dealing with since my childhood. There is this huge debate whether ballet or just dance in general is a sport. I would say ballet and dance is both an art form and a sport. There is the competitive sports side of ballet, and there are ballet competitions like YGP or the Prix de Lausanne. Ooh, my French came out. And then there's the art side of ballet. Ballet is art with your body. Ballet is so incredibly physically demanding. Pointe shoes are made out of paper mache, and we have the strength to get up onto our toes and dance for 12 hours a day. People do not realize that ballet dancers are athletes. We are athletes. Someone said ballet is more physically demanding than most sports. Every sport is difficult in its own way. I'm not saying ballet is the hardest sport ever and like nobody else works hard. I am not disregarding the amount of work that these athletes put into their sport as well. But what pisses me off so much is when people disregard the amount of work that I put into my sport and my art form. I remember I was in my sophomore year English class. We were talking about what sports we did. It was like the first day of school or something, and we were doing like an icebreaker, and I said I did ballet. And the girl next to me turned to me and she said, But it's not a sport. No, it's not only a sport, it's an art form. It's an art. Never underestimate the athleticism of ballerinas and ballet. People should respect our sport just as they would with any other sport. If you are a dancer watching this, and if anyone has told you that ballet is not a sport, you guys are not athletes, ballet is so easy, make them take a ballet class. They will see exactly how easy it is. Ballet dancers have super ugly and disgusting feet. For me personally, right now, that is not true. I wear Perfect Fit point toe pads in my point shoes, and they have absolutely saved my feet. You guys know I'm an ambassador for their brand, but yes, before then, my toenails were bruised to the core. I remember my big toes were literally black, and they fell off. So disgusting to think about. And that's just the nature of it. When you're on your toes, that is not a natural thing for a human to do, and with all the rubbing in your point shoes when you're going like up and down off of point and like jumping and like dancing, you are going to get blisters, bruised toenails, corns, bunions. But we do have the technology today to help prevent those. So we have like toe tape and lamb's wool, and we even have better toe pads now than what they had before. By the way, if you guys want to try Perfect Fit Point for yourselves, you guys can use my code RiannaCreator15 on your next Perfect Fit Point order. This video is not sponsored. They did not ask me to say this, and I do not get paid for doing this. I genuinely love the product. I've been using it since 2018, so like 2.5 years now, and I've been using it even before I became an ambassador, so I genuinely want to help you guys. Ballerinas are thought to be dumb. Maybe me, because sometimes I drink a little too much dumb bitch juice. But other than that, I think I'm pretty smart. You cannot be dumb as a ballet dancer. You have to be able to pick up choreography like that. You have to be able to reverse combinations. Sometimes my teacher's like, okay, reverse, start the music. And then you just reverse it right there as you go. At my home studio, Virginia Ballet Company, most of us were straight A students or honors graduates. We were always doing our homework at the studios and writing our college apps our senior year. So yes, ballet dancers are some of the smartest people I know, and you cannot be dumb as a ballet dancer. Ballet dancers are fake or elitist or cliquey, and they're all prima donnas. Ballet dancers are some of the kindest people I know. Ballet is hard, guys. As ballet dancers, we spend a lot of time together in classes and in rehearsals, and we see each other in our worst moments. 99% of ballet dancers are so kind and so loving. And plus, a company would not want to work with someone who is being a diva and who is being nasty to their coworkers. So no, we are not all fake or elitist. That is just 1% of our population, probably even less than that. The rest of us are just kind, loving people. You're all from pretty wealthy families. There is this notion that ballet is expensive, which it is, especially for the big ballet schools. Like, tuition is a lot, guys. But we are all definitely not from wealthy families. Most of us have middle-class families who are low-key struggling to pay for their kids' ballet tuition. But all of this money is worth it because we love it. And hopefully one day we can get hired as professionals to pay that back. But the next assumption is you are not paid enough for destroying your bodies. Yeah, ballet dancers are very underpaid. As a trainee with a ballet company, I pay tuition. I do not get paid to do this. Ballet dancers deserve so much more than what they get. We do put our bodies through a lot, and I don't think we will ever get enough money to compensate for that. But this is why I said you have to truly love this art form in order to do it professionally, because you will not get paid enough. But to me, it is worth it because it is my passion and I am doing what I love. You need to be flexible to be a ballet dancer. I lost the video and I didn't save it on my Instagram, but a couple days ago, Ballet Met reposted this company dancer's Instagram story, and it was a video of her doing adagio, and while her lines and her feet were absolutely amazing, her extensions were just above 90. They weren't wrapped around her head or like straight up and down. They were just like right above 90. But then I took a closer look at her Instagram profile, and she can turn like a top and do like 5 pirouettes minimum. So you do not need to be super flexible to do ballet. You don't have to have your leg by your ear. If you do, that's great, but it's not a requirement. Just make sure you are using the proper placement, and it is mostly about quality over quantity. So yeah, like I said earlier, getting hired into a ballet company nowadays, it's not about who can do the most pirouettes or who has the highest legs. It is mostly about who can be an artist and who can tell a story to the audience. You guys have a strict day-to-day schedule and you're always on point. Yes. For both of those. From 9 to 3, between that we have technique class, point class, variations, modern, and then rehearsal. Even after that 9 to 3, we would usually have more rehearsals after that, but because of our current situations right now, we cannot have rehearsals. And also, I am not in college right now, but I have a lot of friends who are in college or in their senior year of high school, and they also have to balance dance with school. So yes, we have to be very organized, and then yes, we are basically on point the entire day. I think the longest we wear our flat shoes is 30 to 45 minutes depending on how long bar is, because right after bar we put our point shoes on for center and then we wear our point shoes for the rest of the day. Although it gets painful at times and your muscles are dying, you do it anyway. You get treated horribly when you are an apprentice / trainee in a company. No. At least not in my experience. At Ballet Met as a trainee, I have felt like I have found my second family. Like, I feel so welcome there, and I'm just so thankful that I'm surrounded by loving, caring, compassionate people who truly care about me. I absolutely love the trainee program at Ballet Met. I feel like I have improved so much within the past few months that I've been there, and I just can't wait to get back after my surgery. As an apprentice in a company, you are at the bottom of the totem pole. You are usually standing in the back of rehearsals, not really doing anything, but you have to know everything. I have heard that being an apprentice or a corps member is much harder than being a principal dancer because you have to know everything. As an apprentice, you are usually understudying roles or in the corps of a ballet, but that's just how it truly is. You start at the bottom and then you just work your way up. You got to prove yourself as an apprentice. As an apprentice, you are not officially hired into a company, so that is your time to prove yourself that worth being there, that it was the right decision to give you an apprenticeship. So yeah, I don't think you get treated horribly, but it is tough to be in those lower ranks of a company. Now that I've gotten through all of the major assumptions, I'm going to do a little speed round of some fun ones that I found. You love ballet and your bunnies and you can't decide which one you love more. Love your channel, by the way. Oh, I love you too. Honestly, if someone asked me if I were to choose between bunnies or ballet, I would not be able to choose. Those are both my first loves. I love my bunnies so much. They are my children, they are my kids, but at the same time, ballet, I fell in love with this art form over 14 years, and just all of this hard work and all this love and passion I put into it, I would not be able to choose between those two. Point shoes or any ballet shoes smell like feet. Yes. You do not want to smell my point shoes or my toe pads. I think you would pass out if you actually smelled them. Yeah, do not ever open my dance bag because you just might pass out from how badly it smells. So yes, this is true. You just can't help it, you're just sweating a lot. They are all super organized and have their life together. Maybe the organized part, but I always feel like I'm constantly, like my life is constantly falling apart. Even all my friends, when we're all talking at lunch, like we all like collapse on the floor and we're like, we feel like our life is falling apart. We are not perfect individuals, but we do have to be organized in the sense that we have to time manage. Okay, I've moved to this corner of my room because my neighbor is watering his plants and will not shut up. So I had to move over to this corner of my room. But the last assumptions that I'm going to read today are ballerinas are cool and they're awesome. We're cool as shit. Ballerinas can do things that the majority of the human population cannot. We can stand on our toes, we can do fouettes, we can do pirouettes on point. Sometimes I forget that what I'm doing is like not normal, and it's like It's like something that most humans can't do, but it's become my reality and I love it. And that is it for today's video, guys. I hope you all enjoyed this video as much as I did. I loved reading all of your assumptions. It was so much fun for me. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you want to see more content from me. Hit the like button if you want to support me. Leave a comment down below because I love talking to you guys, and I will see you all later.
I need mostly, so don't test me. I don't want things to get messy. Yeah, drop down and leave your ass empty. Yeah, like I just wanna hit delete. Come and test me, hit you with that smite.